Hi, you are welcome to Arise United Devils. I'm Kingsley Aigbokaude. As always, there are news from various newspapers written about Manchester United today. Please remember, this is a news channel, and all I do here is to read the news about Manchester United. Many of the newspapers have written about the game versus Nottingham Forest yesterday, where Manchester United won 2-1 from the header of Casemiro. So that is what I'm going to read today. And so without much ado, let me dive straight into the news. Erik Ten Hag issues Bruno Fernandes injury update, and he's out at pathetic Manchester United criticism. That is the headline of the first story. Erik Ten Hag says Bruno Fernandes has been playing through a serious injury for Manchester United, and he hit out at the pathetic criticism he has faced in recent weeks. The Portuguese playmaker was a doubt for United's FA Cup clash with Nottingham Forest on Wednesday, but passed a late fitness test to be involved in the game. He was spotted leaping through the mid-zone after the win. Fernandes wasn't at his best in the match, but still contributed to the winning goal with a teasy free kick that was turned in by Casemiro to set up a quarter-final tie with Liverpool. It is quite clear that Fernandes isn't at full fitness at the moment, and Ten Hag believes he deserves huge credit for playing through the pain barrier to be available for his side. I don't go into that. Ten Hag answered when asked what the specific injury was. You saw that Forest were targeting him. I don't say what it is, but it was a serious injury. I see social media criticize him. It is pathetic. He has a serious injury. He continued to play on Saturday, and then also he fought to be part of this game. He has a very high pain threshold. Last year, he did something similar against Spurs, and I think in the semi-final, it shows his leadership. Asked if he thought Forest were purposefully looking to hurt Fernandes, he added, there were many fouls on him. You see, when he is getting the ball, they are really tight on him. Raphael Varane also passed a late fitness test to be involved in the victory over Forest, and Ten Hag was delighted by the character shown by two of his most important players. It was not easy, especially in the back four. We had serious problems. I am very happy that Rafa fought to play in his game, and Bruno, he had a very bad injury as well. He fought to be part of the game. I'm very pleased for him to have an assist on the goal of Casemiro. Erik Ten Hag missed FA Cup admission after Manchester United draw Liverpool FC. That is the headline of the next story. Erik Ten Hag says Manchester United must forget about the FA Cup until match home tie with Liverpool comes around, given their important set of upcoming fixtures in the Premier League. Casemiro's late goal saw United beat Nottingham Forest 1-0 on Wednesday to set up a quarter-final clash with their fierce rivals on the weekend of March 16. The club, whose only chance of silverware this campaign is the FA Cup, played two matches before then, starting with the Manchester Derby on Sunday. United then host Everton the weekend prior to their FA Cup bout with Liverpool. Ten Hag finds his side 8 points off the top four in the Premier League with 12 matches to play, and they might be further behind with a loss at the Etihad on Sunday. The United manager welcomed the forthcoming visit of Liverpool next month, but says attention must now be on resurrecting their Champions League qualification mission. Speaking after full time at the City Ground, Ten Hag said, now we have Liverpool at home. It's a fantastic draw, and we are looking forward to it. But we have to bury the cup, and first we are looking forward to the league, and the first game is always the most important. It's a good game against Manchester City, and we are looking forward to that. United will look to beat City at the Etihad for the first time since 2021 on Sunday. There will be fitness worries over captain Bruno Fernandes, who was seen limping when exiting the City ground on Wednesday. He played the full game despite being an injury doubt ahead of the match. Erik Ten Hag is expected to provide an injury update on his players on Friday. Meanwhile, subsequent opponents, Everton, were given a boost this week after having their Premier League points deduction reduced to 6. Albeit still have a second charge from January hanging over them. Victor Lindelof and Onana agree about clever Manchester United player after FA Cup win. That is the headline of the next story. Victor Lindelof and Onana heaped praise on Casemiro after the midfielder scored a late match-winning goal against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Casemiro was substituted at halftime due to a head injury in the defeat to Fulham in the league last weekend, but he was deemed fit enough to play at the City ground. United have the chance to progress to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup against Forest, but with both sides failing to score deep into the second half, the game was set to go to extra time until Casemiro produced a glancing header to win the game with just a minute remaining on the clock. United will play Liverpool at Old Trafford in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and after the game, Lindelof praised Casemiro when speaking to the BBC. The defender said, "Obviously, we are very happy. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and it's always nice to score a late goal to go through to the next round. We are very, very pleased. I think he is very good at the timing of everything. He's a clever player, and he's done that a couple of times in his career. So it was the perfect ball and the perfect execution for Casemiro. We have a nice couple of games coming up, and we are just going to focus on one game at a time. We are pleased with the performance." Onana added, "A good finish from Casemiro, and it was a really important goal for us. It was an important game for us to win. We know how important it was for us. So I'm very happy for the victory. We worked hard, and this is the reward. When you are a Manchester United player, you must win. So we came here to do that. It was a difficult game against a good opponent, but we got the victory, and we have to build in the coming games." Erik Ten Hag highlights 3 things Casemiro does that make Manchester United better. That is the headline of the next story. Erik Ten Hag has piled the praise on Casemiro after his winning goal for Manchester United in their FA Cup 5th round win over Nottingham Forest. Casemiro netted the 11th goal of his United career when he turned in a Bruno Fernandes free kick in the 89th minute to secure the victory for his side and set up a quarter-final tie with Liverpool. It was the latest in a string of important goals he has scored during his time at the club, and Ten Hag is delighted to have him back available again. Casemiro missed 17 matches through injury earlier in the season, and Ten Hag doesn't think it is any surprise that his side's form suffered as a result of his absence. He's a fantastic football player, Ten Hag told reporters after the Forest win. He scored so many goals for us. I think he scored more goals than he has ever done in his whole career for United. It's great to have a player like Casemiro in your squad. You see how important he is for us. When he's not there, like in October, November, December, January, you really miss him. He sets some structures in the team. His leadership makes us play better, and also the quality he has on the ball, of course. Manchester United fans agree at Old Trafford relocation plans to accommodate players' families and hospitality. That is the headline of the last story of the day. Angry Manchester United matchgoers have accused the club of hypocrisy by installing hospitality seats at the expense of long-time season ticket holders. Around 850 supporters in Block X 122 in the Sir Bobby Charlton will be relocated for the 2024-2025 season, as United are prioritizing transient player needs and hospitality arrangements over long-standing fan arrangements. United plan to accommodate players' families in the S122 section, whilst time service supporters are moved to other sections of Old Trafford. New United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has repeatedly described United as a community asset, and several supporters believe the club's decision-making contradicts Ratcliffe. Multiple supporters affected have contacted the United Chief Operating Officer, Colette Roch, and shared their correspondence with the Manchester Evening News. One fan who has supported United for 68 years and has disability needs said, "It's fair to say that I was devastated when I received the location email, followed by the many messages from the fans I sit with and with whom I have developed deep friendships." Manchester United has always been a community of fanatical supporters, yet unfortunately it appears that we are being treated as a commodity, which is really disappointing. Another fan said the club is contributing to the erosion of the community-first values that make Manchester United more than just a football club. A United source said the club is reducing their hospitality allocation and thousands of hospitality seats are being removed from the structural end so they can be reallocated to ordinary matchgoers. United players and their families have been consulted on the proposals to house them in a dedicated section. A family stand was incorporated into the Stretford end in 1993, but that has been replaced by a de facto singing section. Norma Woodside's wife, Dee, revealed earlier this month the family had been dumped from their seat despite holding season tickets for at least 25 years. In response to Mrs. Woodside's Twitter post, United said, "We have the greatest respect for Norma as a legend of the club and understand the disappointment caused to him and other season ticket holders by seat reallocations. This happens for various reasons, including next season, the moving of match day hospitality seats into consolidated blocks to address fan concerns about them being dispersed around the stadium. Other changes next season include the removal of hospitality seating from the Stretford end and installation of further raised seating in the northwest quadrant, bringing benefits to many fans but also causing some distortion. No additional hospitality seats are being created at the expense of season ticket holders. In fact, hospitality seating will reduce by more than 500 next season. We are committed to working with all season ticket holders affected by reallocations, including Norma, to find them the best possible alternative seats elsewhere in the ground." This brings us to the end of the news today. I hope I've been able to read the news to your satisfaction and understanding. I'll see you tomorrow morning.